Man, um, I don't recall ever being this busy in my entire life. And, man, it's like there's anxiety when, like, you don't have any money and you're trying to figure out how you're going to, like, provide for your family. And then there's anxiety when you've got so much work and all of it's paying and you don't know how you're going to do it all. And both have intense anxiety. And, yeah, I need to just suck it up and, like, just put my head down and get stuff done. The middle ground, that's kind of what that's the goal now. The goal of, like, well-paying work, but, not too much of it. And I got sick over the weekend, and my body was having the shakes, and my mind on Saturday, I couldn't snap it out of, like, overdrive. I was, like, literally thinking of everything I had to get done, and I was like, there's no break. I've got no break. It was 24/7. It was just massive, and I was like, I thought I was going to, like, lose it. And then I had an Epsom salt bath, and kind of, like, reset me, feeling a little better. So I posted last week about selling your first film and about some of my experiences selling a first film. My buddy Russ, awesome actor based in New York, he had a question. He had a follow-up question from that. You should do your next video on what happens when you know your distributor has sold the movie to many markets, but then offsets marketing costs in-house so as not to pay you, the filmmakers. So distributors absorb a lot of costs to release your film. And one reason why our distributor didn't release our film theatrically. Every medium to exhibit on costs money. There's not just the cost of the platform itself, but the cost to then support the film on those platforms, the marketing costs. To put a film into theaters costs a lot of money. You are not just paying theaters for booking fees for the screening, or if you have a deal with a big distributor, you can split ticket sales. There are also things called VPF fees, virtual print fees, that everybody has to pay a theater. I looked into this because I was thinking of actually putting a film in a theater myself, and they weren't even gonna. They were gonna charge me a screening fee, but then there's also a VPF fee, which is just basically when theaters went from being celluloid to digital projection to help absorb the costs of upfitting all these theaters with these massive, big, expensive machines. They said, hey, distributors have to help us pay for this. So there's all these fees with getting films in theaters. Then there's all the marketing, because it costs so much more to put films in theaters. Marketing really has to, be spent commensurate with that. But even with video, I mean, we didn't get a DVD print for ours at Walmart because they were like, they're gonna want 50,000 units, and then if you only sell 10, they're gonna make you buy back 40,000, and it's just a sunk cost. And so releasing a movie costs a lot of money. There's a lot of things a distributor pays for, and also marketing. Now, if you have a good deal with a distributor, they should be able to tell you what they're going to spend, what the costs are for platforms. And the platform fees should be clear. That should be public knowledge. Marketing fees is where they can kind of get distributor math, as Russ is alluding to, and what a lot of people sort of talk about, Hollywood math. And with a distributor, they say, yeah, we're going to pay you, X percent of all profit, all revenue. And then you get nothing, and they say, well, we didn't hit profit yet. We've had to repay ourselves for all of this distribution, all of this marketing. So when we had a distributor, one of the things we stipulated was a marketing spend cap, and that's a really common thing to negotiate. Our distributor said, originally we'll spend X as a cap on marketing. And we actually talked to them, figured out the plans, and realized, okay, here's the plans. That seems reasonable, but your plans seem reasonable, but can we reduce that marketing spend that you're going to recoup yourself for? So you can spend whatever you want on marketing, but you're only going to pay yourself back for a certain specified amount. And they said, okay, when it was a negotiation point that we agreed to. And then when we got our first quarter statement of revenue, the film grossed a certain amount, and most of that first quarter was absorbed in a lot of distribution fees and marketing fees. And their bookkeeping was pretty transparent, so we saw what they spent, and we actually netted a little bit of money from it. But we had saw that they had hit the cap of their marketing. So my expectation was in the subsequent quarters, my reports, there would be no additional marketing spend because you've already repaid yourself for that. Sure enough, we've gotten 2 additional quarters of payment from them, and they took no additional money to repay themselves for marketing. They took, of course, their producer fee, which is a negotiated fee, a percentage. And then there was some small minor platform costs, but the amount of a few $100 for the platform costs, and we got the rest. So I guess if Russ is running into companies that are continually not giving them revenue from distribution because they're keeping it in-house for all these marketing costs, they got a bad distributor and a bad deal. You should have it specified in your deal that you will get quarterly statements, you can audit them, and there is a marketing cap spend. If none of those things are in your deal, you get a bad deal. It's a bad distributor. So hopefully that helps you out there.